Hi, it's Sean, the Fluency Awesomizer. This is Decoding Multi-Syllabic Words, episode 85. I've got 4 words I'm going to take a look at today. Let's get started. I want you to read these words right out loud. Ready? What's this first word? How about this one? And the third word. And finally. All right. Were any of those tricky to read? Did I rush you through them? Keep watching. I'm going to review those words and show you some decoding strategies you might want to try when you get stuck on big words like those when you're reading independently. First, a reminder of the fable of tortoise and the hare. And the moral, slow and steady wins the race, which is great advice when you do get stuck on a big unfamiliar word, like this one, for example. You can think of these words as races. There is a finish line. You have to make it there. But if you read like the hare, you might want to get there first. Zip through big words like this. Mistakes can easily happen that way. But if you read like the tortoise, you take it slow and steady when you get to these words. That patience is definitely going to help improve your decoding in that moment. So keep it in mind. Let's practice. This word, I like sometimes to start at the end of a word to start decoding it, because I see the word flower at the end of this word. I'm going to stop and talk about the OW sound here. Makes 2 sounds. There's the word flow. OW can make O. It also makes ow, as in flower. Ow. And back in the beginning, there's call. That A-U vowel pair is going to make an aw sound, just like A-W. Aw, aw. And as I cauliflower, right? The vegetable cauliflower. Or I call it the brain fruit. Yeah. Interesting origin to that word. The Latin word caulis means cabbage. That's where cauli comes from in the beginning. And in Italian, cauliflower is cavoli fiori, which means flowered cabbage, which could explain why the word flower was added onto cauli, the Latin word for cabbage, cauliflower. And if you think of it, cauliflower does look like a flowered cabbage. Those leaves surrounding it makes it look like a flower. Cauliflower. This word starts with cal, lif, for. There's an R controlled vowel sound there, for, towards the end. Yeah, California. You know California, that state out on the west coast of the United States? California. An interesting story about the word California. You might want to Google it. I'm going to rush through it. Way back, over 500 years ago, in the year 1510 in Spain, there was a Spanish author, Garcia Ordóñez de Montalvo. And he wrote a story, and in his story, California was an imaginary island. It was a fantasy story. And it was ruled by Queen Calafia. And Queen Calafia rode a griffin. Isn't that cool? And the stories were so popular that when the Spanish conquistadors started to sail the ocean, searching for new places around the world they've never discovered before, they found a place near Mexico they called California. And they thought it was an island because of the stories, or the story about Queen Calafia. Look at these old maps. California is an island on these Spanish maps because the story, they didn't do enough exploring to realize it wasn't a map. So pretty interesting story about California, where the name came from. Real quick, that IA at the end of California, that is a Latin root, and you see it a lot added onto the ends of place names around the world. And it makes a ya sound, like Asia, India, Austria, and there's Australia, right? So keep that in mind when you see IA at the end of the word. It could make the sound ya. All right, the next word I showed you starts with in. Inst, there's an interesting sound. Inst. Stig, gate, instigates is this word. Instigates has a root word, instigate. They're both verbs. And the origin of that word is instigare. And, way back in Latin, instigare in Latin means to urge on. Like, think of cheerleaders. Let's go. You can do it. No, I was not a cheerleader. You can tell, can't you? Another Latin word, instigatus, meaning the same thing, became the English word instigate, and still means to urge on, but kind of in a negative way. Second, boy, second. instigates, just add an S to the root, instigates, or instigate, and you've got instigates, 3 syllables. Not to be confused with in. There's invest, stig, gate, investigates. Break that up with my fingers. I can make a really easy time of it. It's a verb. Root word is investigate, and also has a Latin origin. So there's a Latin word vestigia, which means footprints or animal tracks. Vestigia, and that is the root of another Latin word, vestigare. Vestigare means to track. Then the Latin prefix in means into. So investigate has to do with tracking and looking into things, right? Put an S on investigate, and you've got investigates, 4-syllable word. All right, that's it for today. Subscribe to my YouTube channel or follow me on Facebook for more decoding videos like this one. On my Facebook page, there is a photo album full of reading challenges I've written to help you practice decoding those big words and to awesomize your fluency. So tell a friend or a family member or a teacher about me, and come back and see me soon here at the Fluency Awesomizer. Bye.